Most men wake up every single day without realizing they are losing control of their greatest strength. They feel drained before the day has even started. They hit snooze on their alarm, scroll their phone in bed, and waste the first hours of the morning in distraction. And then they wonder why they feel weak, unfocused, and unmotivated. The truth is simple. Most men waste their power. This power I'm talking about is not money, not status, not luck. It's the raw biological energy that fuels your body, your focus, your drive, and your discipline. It is the energy that makes you feel alive. But instead of protecting it, most men throw it away. Think about it. Your body spends days, sometimes weeks, building this life force. Packed with proteins, enzymes, minerals, and energy, it is your body's most concentrated form of creation. And yet, many men lose it in seconds, over and over again, through addiction to instant pleasure. That loss doesn't just disappear. It costs energy, focus, and drive. Now let's break it down in practical terms. Science tells us that semen contains zinc, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and even amino acids. These are the exact nutrients your body also needs for muscle recovery, testosterone production, and mental clarity. When you waste it daily, your body is forced to work harder to replace it. This constant cycle leaves you tired, unfocused, and unmotivated. But when you hold it in, when you protect your energy, your body uses those nutrients to fuel your growth. Think about how this plays out in real life. You go to the gym, but instead of feeling powerful, you feel sluggish. You want to build muscle, but your recovery is slow. You want to focus on work or studies, but your brain feels foggy. This is the cost of wasting your power. Most men never connect the dots, but it's right there in front of them. And here's the dangerous part. Modern society is designed to keep you weak. Everywhere you look, there are traps. Your phone, endless notifications, social media, and explicit content. They are all engineered to hijack your brain's reward system. Every click, every swipe, every view gives you a small hit of dopamine. But dopamine works like a drug. The more you abuse it, the less sensitive your brain becomes. And soon, nothing feels rewarding except more of the same empty pleasure. This is why most men feel numb, bored, and lifeless. Now let's talk psychology. When you can't control your urges, your brain learns weakness. It learns that discipline can be broken easily. This doesn't just affect one area of your life. It spreads everywhere. You procrastinate at work. You skip your workouts. You avoid challenges. Why? Because your brain has been trained to seek comfort instead of growth. But here's the good news. The opposite is also true. When you control your urges, when you master your energy, your brain learns discipline. It becomes sharper, stronger, more focused. Your willpower grows, and suddenly, hard work becomes natural. That energy you once wasted starts flowing into your workouts, your career, and your relationships. You feel alive again. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men. Both are 25 years old. One spends his nights scrolling, wasting, and indulging in pleasure. The other practices control, holds his energy, and channels it into the gym and his goals. Fast forward 5 years. The first man looks tired, skinny, unfocused. He is addicted to comfort and trapped in weakness. The second man is strong, confident, disciplined. He built muscle, success, and self-respect. The difference between them isn't talent. It's energy control. Now let's get even more specific. Semen retention and testosterone are deeply linked. While science debates the exact numbers, studies have shown that short-term retention can increase testosterone levels. And testosterone is the hormone that builds muscle, sharpens focus, and fuels ambition. It is the difference between feeling like a lion and feeling like a sheep. When you constantly waste, you sabotage your own testosterone. When you protect it, you supercharge your growth. But it doesn't stop there. Your confidence changes too. Have you noticed how drained and guilty you feel after wasting? That low energy reflects in your posture, your voice, your presence. Now compare it to how powerful and confident you feel when you stay disciplined. You stand taller. You speak with authority. You attract respect. This is not coincidence. This is the power of energy retention. Let's talk about focus. Most men can't sit still for 10 minutes without checking their phone. They can't read a book without losing attention. They can't work on their goals without being distracted. Why? Because they wasted the energy that should be fueling their brain. Neuroscience tells us that dopamine and focus are connected. When you overload dopamine through instant pleasure, your brain struggles to focus on anything else. But when you control it, when you remove the addiction, focus returns. You can sit down and work for hours without distraction. You can finally build skills, businesses, and strength. This is why most men never succeed. It's not because they're dumb or unlucky. It's because they waste their energy, destroy their focus, and weaken their discipline. They are running on an empty tank. And an empty tank cannot win the race. So how do you break free? First, awareness. Understand that every time you waste, you are draining energy that could have fueled your growth. Second, discipline. Commit to holding your power for at least 30 days. Track your progress. Notice the changes in your energy, your workouts, your mood, your confidence. Third, direction. Don't just hold it in. Channel it. Use that energy to lift weights, to build a business, to learn new skills, to pursue your vision. And let me be clear. This is not easy. You will be tempted, tested, and distracted. But every time you resist, you grow stronger. And every time you give in, you start over. That is the reality. Discipline or weakness. The choice is yours. Most men will continue wasting. They will live drained, distracted, and depressed. But a small group will rise above. They will control their power, master their discipline, and use their energy to build strength, success, and legacy. These men will stand out. They will lead. They will inspire. So the question is simple. Which man will you be? The one who wastes his energy and stays trapped? Or the one who controls it and becomes unstoppable? Most men waste their power. But kings protect it. Be the king.